Not everyone is a good fit for a hair system, believe it or not. If you tick these 3 boxes, it might just be the solution you've been looking for. And do make sure you stick around toward the end of this video, because I'm also going to be looking at a few surprising reasons why a hair system might not be suitable for you. Now, before people start panicking and going into a meltdown, over 90% of people are suitable for hair systems. It's really important that I talk about not only reasons that you might be suitable, but also reasons you might not be suitable. This is really important. I can't believe I haven't done a video on this before. So I really want you to pay close attention to every aspect of this video, because it may well be one of the most important videos I've ever made. Now, sign number 1, you're a good candidate for a hair system, is that your hair loss is massively affecting your confidence. It's having a negative effect on your self-esteem, in your social life, in your relationship, in your work life. If you're experiencing hair loss and you're thinking about it every single day in a negative way, and how people might perceive you and how it might be limiting you in some way, I genuinely believe that considering a hair loss solution like a hair system could be right up your alley. Mental health right now, especially in the UK, is in the gutter, and it's been that way for some time. A lot of guys now go through hair loss. Literally 70% plus of men throughout their life experience some level of hair loss. And the researchers bore this out, that it really affects us mentally. It affects how we perceive ourselves. Now, a common symptom of losing your confidence or self-esteem is you may notice yourself sort of avoiding being in photos, not going to as many social gatherings or social situations as much as you did previous to your hair loss. Maybe you start wearing a cap when you're going out, something like that. These are really cast iron symptoms that your confidence is being affected by this, your self-esteem is being affected by this, and as a result of that, your life is being affected in a negative way. And no one deserves to be going through that. Sign number 2, you're a good candidate for a hair system, is that you want an immediate solution. You don't want to wait a year, which you might have to do to get a hair transplant. It can take upwards of a year to see the best results from a hair transplant. If you go the SMP, so the hair tattoo route, quite often it doesn't happen in just one sitting. It can take 2 or 3 sittings. With a hair system, once it has arrived, once it's been ordered, you literally go to the stylist, and in 1 to 2 hours, your look is revolutionized. And the great thing is, it's immediate. There's no downtime, there's no waiting. You literally go to having a great looking head of hair. It is amazing. I've said this a lot on previous videos. The first time a hair system fitted was one of the most important, most transformational days of my life. Probably the most transformational day of my life. And great thing to add here is that it's not permanent. You change your mind and you don't want one anymore, fine. Don't get another hair system. It's fine. It's not a permanent solution. So if you're looking for something with a bit more flexibility, if you're looking for something which isn't necessarily a lifelong commitment, a hair system may be really suitable for you. With a hair transplant, it may not work. You've lost a lot of money. You may end up with scars. It may be too thin. You may not be happy with the final result, but that hair will keep growing even if it's really thin and wispy. Those scars won't magically disappear. And what if you get SMP and you don't like it? Can't really get rid of it. You just have to wait for it to fade. I've seen so many guys who have done SMP, didn't like it, ended up getting a hair system anyway. And sign number 3, you're a good candidate for a hair system, is that you're looking for a hair loss solution which can give you the exact style you want. It can give you the density of hair that you want. It can give you the style of hair that you want. You can go wavy, you can go curly, you can go straight. Maybe you're looking for something that's a bit more airy in summer and a bit more comfy and snug in winter. And if anyone wonders what I'm talking about lace in summer and poly in winter. It's generally what I do. And especially advancements in hair systems in the last 10 years has made them so much easier to maintain that we can do them ourselves. I maintain mine, and it literally takes about an hour every 2 weeks. That's it. Think about it like going to church. When you're younger, if you're religious, from a religious background, you go to church every Sunday and it was like an hour. There's 1 hour a week. There's an old saying in my old school, God only asks for 1 hour a week. And it's the same with hair systems, but less. You can go 2 weeks without doing maintenance. It's an hour every 2 weeks. It's really not that much. Now, in the second half of this video, I'm going to discuss 3 signs that you might not be a suitable candidate for hair systems, because it's only fair in the interest of balance to give both sides. And I think this is really important. So sign number one, you may have unrealistic expectations as to how the hair system is going to look. Now, don't get me wrong, hair systems in 2024, unbelievable. They're so realistic. If someone literally comes up to you and starts literally putting their fingers onto your scalp, they'll notice that there's a membrane there, or they'll notice that there's some lace there. Of course, this is very, very unlikely to happen, but you'll never be able to get 100% a more realistic look than someone who has a full head of natural hair. So you would need to accept that. The important caveat to add here is that most people don't really scrutinize your hair, especially not up close, and you'd have to do it really close to notice if someone is wearing a hair system. Now, sign number two, you might not be a suitable candidate, and this is probably the most important factor to consider, is do you have a scalp condition? And I'm talking like a severe scalp condition like psoriasis or eczema or something like that, an inflammatory condition of the skin. If that's the case, and this is not medical advice because I ain't no doctor, but you might want to consider other options if that is the case, because the adhesives used and the system base itself might increase that level of irritation. If you've just got a sensitive scalp or slightly itchy scalp, that's not a problem. I have a sensitive scalp, I have an itchy scalp, I manage absolutely fine with the hair system. I just change it every 2 weeks. And sign number three, you might not be a suitable candidate for a hair system, is resistance to maintenance. Now, there are ways of getting around this, and it really depends on your budget. But if you want to take my route, and this is what I teach on this channel, to do the maintenance yourself, there is a time investment involved. This is not zero effort like having SMP where you just have to shave your head 2-3 times a week. So it's important for you to be aware that you need to be willing to put in some time, especially in the earlier days when you're learning all of this stuff. The way around it could be, if you've got the budget, to literally go to your stylist and get them to do your regrooms. Now, what is a regroom? A regroom is basically where you go to the salon, they take off the system, they clean off all the adhesive, they shave the top of your head, do your sides, and then they reapply it. That can be something which you go to every 2 weeks. If you feel brave enough, you could do it once a month. I wouldn't advise that. It's not the most hygienic option in my personal opinion, but that's certainly a way around. So in summary, 3 signs that you might be a good candidate for a hair system is, number one, the hair loss is massively affecting your confidence and self-esteem. Common symptoms of this are not wanting to appear in photographs, limiting your social activities, wearing a cap out a lot when you go outside or see friends. Those are the symptoms to look out for. Now, sign number 2, you want an immediate solution. Hair systems provide you with an immediate solution to get your hair back now. And sign number 3, you're looking for a hair loss solution that gives you exactly what you want. It can give you the density, it can give you the color of the hair that you want, it can give you the style of the hair, the length of the hair, the type of the hair. You can go European, you can go Indian, you can go whatever you want. It's fantastic. Now let's summarize the 3 signs that you might not be a suitable candidate. So sign number 1, you have unrealistic expectations of how realistic the hair system can look. If you're expecting something to look better than someone's natural full head of hair, you're going to be left a bit disappointed. Obviously, technology has come a long, long way, and you Swiss lace bases, you've got ultra thin skins, which are as close to realistic as possible, but they will never be as invisible as a natural head of hair. Sign number 2, you have a severe skin condition, something like psoriasis or eczema. There's a chance that the adhesive or the system base might aggravate the skin even more, and I wouldn't want people to end up worsening their skin condition as a result of this. Sensitive skin and itchy skin, that is fine. That's absolutely fine with the hair system. And sign number 3 is a resistance to doing the maintenance, a resistance to putting in the work. And it's certainly a time investment in yourself. Now, did any of these points resonate with you? Has this video helped you make a decision? Were you on the fence before? Has it given you some clarity and helped you in making your decision? Now, if you have any more questions, I do offer one-to-one consultations via Zoom. To find out more about that and how to book a session with me, in the description box below. Don't forget as well, if you are due a new hair system or you want to get your first one, Lavivid are offering a 15% discount. All of that is in the description below. Go and save yourself some money. I'll speak to you very soon, guys.